Hi guys, and welcome back to Spoonielifelover, and welcome back to part 2 of the chronic illness tag. So here I'll be answering the next 7 questions of the chronic illness tag. If you see me looking down a lot, it's because I have the questions on my iPad, and I'm going to answer the next 7. If you missed the first part of this, it is the video before this, so please go and check that out before this one, and that will have the first part and the first 7 questions. So here we go. So question number 8. What's the hardest thing to do while you are flaring or when symptoms are at their worst? For me, this depends which condition is flaring. If it's pain, leaving the house. I find that the hardest thing to do. And I would say that's pretty much generic for all of them. Leaving the house I find difficult. I tend to want to retreat into myself a little bit when my symptoms get really bad, and I tend to want to sort of almost not hibernate, but sort of I sometimes turn into a bit of a hermit, and I can go a week without leaving the house, and that's not really good for anyone. But when you're in pain and you just don't feel well, the last thing you feel like doing is sort of getting up and putting on clothes and getting washed and dressed and showered and, you know, facing the world and putting on that face. And sometimes you just don't want to do that. You just need to do what you need to do. Also, if it's my skin condition that's flaring, the hardest thing sometimes can just be wearing clothes. Just be wearing clothes, sometimes just be washing, just be anything, because it is that difficult. I will be doing a video all about my skin condition and all about HS, what it is and everything, so look out for that. That will be coming soon. Question number 9. Do you worry about your future? I wouldn't say I worry, because worry is quite a negative word. I would say I think about my future and I wonder what it will hold, but I wouldn't say that I worry about it. I, like anyone, I think, oh, I wonder what I will be doing in 5 years' time. But I certainly don't worry about it. When you're, or for me, being chronically ill, and having all these conditions and having had them from a young age, I think you learn to live each day as it comes, or each week as it comes, and I try not to look too far ahead, because if you do, I feel like setting yourself an unrealistic goal can be just as hard as setting yourself no goal at all. So I try to set myself small, achievable goals that I know I'm going to be able to achieve, and that is going to improve my mental health and not make it worse. And this year I feel like I've really achieved that. I've achieved 2 of my goals this year, and one of them you're watching right now, which is starting up Spoonielifelover, and the other is starting my novel, which I have done, and I am really very much enjoying both. No one knows what the future holds, you know, nobody does. All we can do is try our best and hope that our future is the best we can make it, and to me, I will settle for being happy, and that's fine. Question number 10. What are 2 or more things that you miss that were taken from you by your condition? This question again can come across as being quite negative, but I will answer it. One, I feel like I feel like my I don't know how to say it. I feel like it's taken. It took a bit of my independence away, because I feel like I have to rely on other people now, and I don't like relying on other people. I like to do things myself, and I like to do them myself and how I like them to be done. And I think when you need help from somebody else, you have to be more patient and you have to be more in control and understand that it will be done, but it might not be done the way you want it to be done, or so it's taken a bit of my independence away, and that is unfortunate, but I've started to learn to live with that. So it's taken a bit of my independence, which is sad, but it's also given me things as well, which sounds weird, but it has. And the second thing that it's taken from me is, I would say in some ways it's taken in the past has taken a bit of my spirit away, and it has made me feel a bit worn down and has swamped me with feelings that I didn't know how to process and how to control and how to deal with these feelings, and they become quite a negative storm in my head, and but now I feel a lot more in control of those feelings. I know how to vent those feelings and I know how to get past those feelings. So now I would say that side of things I am a lot more in control of. So it has taken my independence and it has taken a bit of my spirit, but I feel like I've got my spirit back with a bit of abundance, so I'm okay with that. Number 11, what are 3 favourite comfort foods of yours? Mini cheddars, the red Leicester ones. Really enjoy a packet of those. It's not a food, but coffee. I love coffee, especially like coconut milk latte. That's sort of one of my favourite comfort sort of drinks that I really enjoy. And I'm going to say chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate, but something, yeah, chocolate. I love chocolate, so chocolate. Number 12, what are 4 things that people say about your illness that annoys you? You don't look sick. That really annoys me. What is another one? Trying to think now. Yeah, you don't look sick. Oh, that's quite a hard one actually now when I'm sitting here thinking about it. You don't look sick. There's always someone worse off than you, and I can understand what people mean by that, but when you're in that moment, sometimes that's not very helpful. But then I can see the bigger picture and I know what they mean, but sometimes it's not very helpful to say that to someone. Pull yourself together. Please don't say that to someone who's suffering with chronic illness, because if it was that easy, the doctors would be out of a job. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, use your brain, and get over it. Get over it. And also attached to get over it is going to be a slash. It can't hurt that bad. So just don't ever say those 4 things to someone. You don't look sick. It can't hurt that bad. And just don't say those things. Like, pull yourself together. Like, get over it. Just don't say those things to someone with any kind of illness, mental or physical. It's not helpful. What is the one symptom you could live without? I don't understand this question. Like, all of them. Pain. I wish I could live with it. Pain. I hate the pain. It's so wearing every day to wake up, to go to sleep, to be woken by it, and I don't mean, I don't have a second where, like sitting here now, I am in pain. And I don't just mean like pain, I mean pain like you've never felt before. But to me that's normal, but to you it wouldn't. It's very, very wearing, and it's very, very tiring, and it's very, very hard to carry on doing what you're doing every day and what to you is normal. So getting up, going to work, carrying on, doing shopping, you know, what would take you 5 minutes takes me 20, 30, an hour. Showering, you know, don't ever take for granted the fact that you can get up and you can jump in the shower and you can be out the door within half an hour. Don't take that for granted. Don't take your health for granted. I like the saying, health is a crown only the sick can see. I love that saying because it is so true. So true. And the last question, number 14, what has being sick taught you, and the most important thing you would like people to know about your illnesses? So being sick has taught me that, like I say, don't take your health for granted, because one day you can wake up and it will be gone and you'll never get it back. You could never ever get that health back, and that tiny little medical problem could be with you for the rest of your life, and it will change aspects of your life, and that's it. That's it. It will change aspects of your life and you'll never be the same again. So don't ever take your health for granted. Look after it, cherish it. Just look after yourself and look after your health. What was the one thing that I'd like people to know about my illnesses? That everybody, don't judge what someone looks like and think, oh, there's nothing wrong with her. She's just, you know, there's nothing wrong with her. Because you never know what is behind that person. You know, what's under their clothes. It can be invisible illness. Yes, I use a walking stick, I use a crutch and I use a wheelchair, but I still have other illnesses. So please don't think that, oh, it's just don't ever judge someone based on what you can see. Don't ever do that, because just think past what you can see. Okay, because underneath that someone's clothes, they could have a pacemaker, they could have a feeding tube, they could have an internal defibrillator, they could have anything going on under their skin that you can't see. They could have a stoma bag, they can have anything. So if it's invisible, it's invisible, but doesn't mean that it's not there. So just think on that. So next time you see someone and you think, oh, well, they don't look sick, stop yourself and think, they don't look sick, but they might be sick. Okay? And that's it. It's the end of the chronic illness tag. I hope you enjoyed these questions. I don't know who came up with this tag. I don't know that. I just found it on YouTube, watched some other people doing it, so I thought I'd do it. So I hope you enjoyed these 2 parts to the chronic illness tag. As always, if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments box and I will do my best to get back to you. My Instagram is in the description box as always. Over there I do Instagram stories and posts about chronic illness and other things as well. It's not just about chronic illness, it's about my life day to day. And subscribe for more videos to come in the future, and they're not just about chronic illness. I do all sorts of things on this channel, so stick around and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I will see you soon, guys. Bye bye.